Oh my gosh. Watching this Stormy Daniels case and Michael Cohen and Stormy Daniels, like it's pretty exhausting. And I remember this clip right. Does this clip sound like Trump did what she says he did?
Did you have any relationship with Donald Trump?
Well, I think it's common, by looking at photos that I've met him.
I think it's clear that I met him. Wow. Sound like you only met him. None. Let me calm down. Sounds like everything that you're saying he did to you is a lie. And I'm not going to be able to replay that Bill Maher clip in 2018 where she literally said that Trump didn't do any of this. In addition to that, in 2016 and in 2018, I believe, I know for a fact in 2018 at least, she also signed a document publicly stating how Donald Trump didn't do any of the things that she's taking him to court for today. Michael Cohen. Need I say more? And the theme for last week that's starting to roll over into this week is if CNN is able to see what's going on and they out here getting tired of you, bruh, it is real. Michael Cohen. This is some audio that captures Michael Cohen making angry legal threats to protect Trump. Let's check this out.
This was a recording from a July 2015 call between Cohen and Tim Mack, who was a Daily Beast reporter at the time.
You write a story that has Mr. Trump's name in it with the word race, and I'm going to mess your life up for the rest of your life. As long as you're on this freaking planet, I'm going to turn around. You're going to have judgments against you for so much money, you'll never know how to get out from underneath it. I'm warning you. Tread very lightly, because what I'm going to do to you is going to be disgusting. Do you understand me? Don't think you're going to hide behind your pen, because it's not going to happen.
I've never seen a witness who's lied to Congress, lied in court, lied to the IRS, lied to the Southern District of New York, lied to his bank.
Sheesh, my boy. You out here, going hard. Now, I don't like threats. I don't think that's appropriate there, man. However, I feel your pain in terms of somebody out here lying against Trump, calling him something that he's not, which is literally what you and Stormy Daniels are doing. You know what it was? In let me make sure I get the year correct. In 2019, Cohen testified to Congress where he got chewed out and exposed for you being a little crybaby because you wasn't in the White House with Trump.
Mr. Cohen, how long did you work in the White House?
I never worked in the White House.
And that's the point, isn't it, Mr. Cohen?
No, sir.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not, sir.
You wanted to work in the White House.
No, sir.
You didn't get brought to the dance.
Sir.
And now?
I was extremely proud to be personal attorney to the President of the United States of America. I did not want to go to the White House. I was offered jobs. I can tell you a story of Mr. Trump reaming out Reince Priebus because I had not taken a job where Mr. Trump wanted me to, which is working with Don McGahn at the White House General Counsel's
Mr. Cohen,
office.
you work for the President.
Sir, one second. All right. What I said at the time, and I brought a lawyer in who produced a memo as to why I should not go in because there would be no attorney-client privilege. And in order to handle some of the matters that I talked about in my opening, that it would be best suited for me not to go in, and that every president had a personal
Cohen, here's
attorney.
what I see. Here's what I see. I see a guy who worked for 10 years and is here trashing the guy he worked for 10 years, didn't get a job in the White House, and now you're behaving just like everyone else who's got fired or didn't get the job they wanted, like Andy McCabe, like James Comey, same kind of selfish motivation after you don't get the thing you want. That's what I see here today, and I think that's what the American people...
Mr. Jordan, all I wanted was what I got, to be personal attorney to the president, to enjoy the senior year of my son in high school and waiting for my daughter who's graduating from college to come back to New York.
Oh,
I got
trying
exactly
to use the
what
hearts.
I want.
Exactly what you want?
What I wanted, that's right.
Gentlemen,
I received exactly what I wanted.
Gentlemen.
All of this is just bogus to begin with anyway. All this is, from what I'm seeing, is us going off of Michael Cohen's word. Because without him, this would just be a misdemeanor trial that passed the statutes of limitation. Look at me. Limitations, and Michael Cohen is just here to try to get his 15 minutes of fame, also redeem whatever sort of public face he might have had when people don't know that he's a pathological liar. But anyhow, let's talk about his testimony today. Mind you, keep in mind, this case is only happening right now because the money that was paid to Stormy Daniels was put in the incorrect category. Y'all, legal fees was wrong. Oh my gosh. Let's get to it, y'all. So we on MSN, y'all. It says Donald Trump's former lawyer, confidant and fixer, and the star witness in the former president's hush money criminal trial took the witness stand on Monday, corroborating and fleshing out in even greater detail the prosecution's narrative that Trump went to great lengths to hide payments made to silence claims of extramarital sexual encounters ahead of the 2016 presidential election. The long-awaited testimony from Michael Cohen delivered a blow to Trump's defense. Really? Delivered a blow. Look like Cohen is out here delivering blows, huh? You know, anyhow. Delivered a blow to Trump's defense as he told the story of how the former president directed him to make a hush money payment to a former porn star. Quote, just do it. And quote, Nike, y'all need to go ahead and pick my boy Trump up, man. he just gave y'all, you know what I mean, alleged shout out, and then approved the scheme to reimburse Cohen. The conspiracy sits at the heart of the case that charges Trump with 34 counts of falsifying business documents. Bull, bro, this okay, beyond confirming the crucial detail that the payments were made at the direction of Trump himself, Cohen's testimony also buoyed testimony from high-profile witness who took the stand before him, including David Pecker, the former publisher of American Media Inc., the parent company of the National whatever. Getting back to Cohen, he said, quote, I was following directions, he said. Cohen said that Trump called Daniels a beautiful woman, though never confessed to Cohen whether he had sex with her, and upon learning she was shopping her story, he became angry at Cohen. Quote, I thought you had this under control. End quote. Cohen recounted Trump saying Trump also called the situation, quote, a total disaster, and laminated the fact that, quote, women are going to hate me, end quote, according to Cohen. But even MSN and MSNBS, even MSN pointed out how at least he was able to stay on topic outside of, you know, what Stormy Daniels was able to do. But I don't know, man. All this is just pure BS to me right here. You know, it's the credibility for Michael Cohen has completely diminished to me, and I can literally play videos of why. But let's check out the excruciating take of Vivek. Excruciating take meaning how excruciating it is to actually sit through this knowing that all this is BS.
I will say that every day this trial proceeds, the trend that I've seen, I didn't follow today's, but up to today, all we've seen is one more layer of the onion of how the whole thing's a charade, right? If you think about this, imagine, a good way to imagine whether something's a politicized prosecution is, right? Because everyone's going to be, you know, MSNBC has their histrionic points, and then they would look at people who are defenders of Trump, like myself, as being partisans on the other side. Here's a good litmus test, okay? If the prosecution's theory of the case said you did something wrong, what if you had done the exact opposite thing?
Okay.
Let's play that out.
Sure.
Then that should mean you did not do something wrong, right? Let's try that on this set of facts. On this set of facts, the basic theory of the case is the prosecution says, in order for them to charge this as a felony, that Donald Trump's payment to Stormy Daniels should have been recorded as a campaign contribution. That's the heart of the case. Without that, they couldn't charge this as a felony. It would only be a misdemeanor that's outlived the statute of limitations. The falsifying business records, it's outside the statute of limitations. It's a misdemeanor, not a felony. The only basis for this being a felony is if there's a different underlying crime, which what they allege is that he made effectively a campaign contribution without it being recorded as such. So now apply my test. If the prosecution says that's the thing you did and it's wrong, imagine you did the exact opposite. What would the exact opposite be? The exact opposite would be Donald Trump using campaign funds to make a personal hush money payment. In that scenario, I have no doubt these people would be going after him, and they would have a much stronger case in that scenario. So now think about it. If he did thing A, right? It's just got to break the stuff down. He did thing A, and you said that's wrong. Let's say he did the exact opposite of thing A and did thing B, and you would have an even stronger case for him. Then that means you were going to get him no matter what. So that is the proof that this is a politicized persecution through prosecution. I think everybody kind of knows it in their bones, but you got to just see it. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Literally, they were going to get him going or get him coming. And that, I think, is the airtight proof that this thing is a sham. It's been a sham since day one. It's revealed itself to be a sham throughout the course of this trial. And I think it will be a stain on the history of our country if this man is convicted in the middle of a presidential election on the back of these bogus charges. That's what I believe.
Sheesh. All I got to say is, yo, hey, yo, Vivek, bro, you're really great at articulating yourself. Those points that you made really have me like, yo, you right. Because if he was at point A or point B, you can see that they trying to go after him either way, bro. Either way, this is a damned if you do, like he said, a damned if you don't. Trump was going to do this regardless, man, with little or no evidence. All they needed was somebody to be brave enough to go ahead and drag this whole thing out so he don't be able to go campaign. Enough of my take on this. Let's actually hear from Trump himself.
They chose to show up. They view this as a scam. I think it's a terrible thing that's happening to democracy in this country, and we have a lot of them that want to come and say, just stay back and pass lots of laws to stop things like this. J.D. Vance, what's going on in that courtroom is a threat to democracy, and we cannot have a country where we get to prosecute your political opponent instead of persuading voters. A.G. Byrd, as you know, very highly respected from Iowa. Let the American people decide who the next leader of the free world will be. Politics has absolutely no place in this courtroom. This is all politics. Andy McCarthy, great legal analyst, said none of this is illegal. There's nothing illegal. It's called politics. There's nothing illegal. A lot of people say that. They're all saying that. The only person who won't say it is the judge because it's a rigged deal. He's conflicted. You got to check that out. But everybody's saying there's no crime. Leo Terrell, up until right now, there's not a single shred of evidence that President Trump participated in a crime of either falsifying records or hiding a campaign or state or federal finance charge. None of it. There's been absolutely nothing. Look, they're doing great. You know why they're doing great? They've kept me here for 3.5, 4 weeks instead of campaigning, and yet we still have the best poll numbers. Just came out in the New York Times, as we discussed before. Mark Levin, let me put this as succinctly as possible. There's no crime, state or federal, with which to link Donald Trump or anyone else. This is a case looking for a legal basis. There is none. There is no crime. It's Mark Levin. Again, J.D. Vance, to the American voters who are watching this, the one opportunity you get to speak up against this sham prosecution and to say the American people should elect a president, not use corrupt DNC prosecutors to help them get elected, which is exactly what they're doing. Andy McCarthy, again, bragged, has no authority to enforce federal law. The NDA payments were not campaign expenditures under federal law. That's why the FEC and DOJ, which do have exclusive authority to enforce federal law, took absolutely no action against Trump. They took no action against me. They looked at it, they said it's fine. The only one that did is Soros-backed DA Bragg, who turned down the case. By the way, he turned down the case. And it could have been brought 6 years ago, 7 years ago, almost 8 years ago. They bring it right in the middle of my presidential campaign. Bragg. He said we had no case. You know, if you go back, take a look at your earlier records. When he came into office, he turned it down and he was angry because of what took place. When he saw that they were going to use this scam, he was angry. Even Michael Smirkanish of CNN, a person 4 or 5 weeks into a trial ought to be told exactly that which they're being prosecuted for, and that hasn't happened. You know why it happened? Because it didn't happen for one very simple reason.
What's that reason?
There is no crime. Here's Mark Thiessen. I don't think things are going very well for the prosecution in the court of law, and in the court of public opinion, they're doing even worse. Matt Whitaker, another day at trial, and they're keeping the president off the campaign trail. Byron York on the hush money trial, which is not hush money. Majority voters in Georgia, Pennsylvania, Michigan say Trump cannot get a fair trial. That's too bad. That's really true. Too bad. Andy McCarthy, again, Bragg knows exactly what he's doing. It's improper, completely political case. Maybe Mershon, Judge Mershon, is having second thoughts. They haven't come to close to proving, they have not come close to proving fraud or that any fraud has taken place. There's no fraud here. There's no crime here.
At all.
This is 4 weeks of keeping me from not campaigning. Jonathan Turley. Can't imagine any competent lawyer would not be embarrassed by what has happened in this courtroom. This day is truly going to go down as a day of infamy for the New York legal system, which is true. The whole world is laughing now at the New York weaponized legal system. Watching this unfold in that courtroom as a lawyer is really deeply disturbing. They keep on referring to these documents. The documents don't move the ball. The documents show that the NDA and a payment that is not in dispute, this is Jonathan Turley. They're not unlawful, and as a federal campaign contribution, there is absolutely no problem. There's no problem here. You know, the FEC wrote this off. FEC, the Elections Commission, Federal Elections Commission, they looked at this years ago, and they took a pass. They said there's no problem here. Tim Scott, objective is to keep Trump off the campaign trail. That's all they're trying to do, keep him off the campaign trail. Here's the New York Times that just came out a little while ago, where we're leading in every state, the 5 key states, we're leading very substantially, I might add. So it's really a very sad day for the country. It's sad for New York. I mean, New York, that a judge who's highly conflicted at a level that nobody's seen before can possibly, just think of it, and you should go out and check it out. But we have a corrupt judge, and we have a judge who's highly conflicted, and he's keeping me from campaigning. He's an appointed New York judge. He's appointed. You know who appointed him? Democrat politicians. He's appointed. He's a corrupt judge, and he's a conflicted judge, and he ought to let us go out and campaign and get rid of this scam. Every single legal analyst, even CNN,
even
MSDNC, they're saying there's no case here. Thank you very much.
It's true, man. The whole world is quite literally sitting back, looking at America and Americans and what's happening with Trump and the legal system, and they are laughing. They are laughing. And to make matters worse, I literally just learned that Alvin Bragg literally turned down this case years ago. He turned it down. Wow, what changed his mind?